Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. And yes, during this recording, Lokah has crossed 300 crore mark in the box office. And I thought, okay, why not react to one of the interviews of because Lokah team gave a lot of interviews. So I was thinking which one to watch, and I narrowed down on this one, which is in the Hollywood Reporter India channel, because we have the producer, director, writer. One of the writers, which is Dominic, is one of the writers. Shanti is not part of this panel, and the main actor. So Kalyani. So we have Dulkar, Kalyani, and Dominic all in the same interview. And yeah, I don't want to delay this any further because I'm sure a lot of you have watched this interview. It's been almost a month since this interview came out. It's been almost a month since all the interviews came out. I thought I have not reacted to interviews for so long. I think the last interview reaction I did was before the release of Lucifer, and after that I've not done it. So it's been quite a while. So yeah, let's watch this right away.
A lot of the times, people approach movies
What
being
happened?
like, this is what the audience wants now. This is what is working. No, we don't know what is working. We don't know what they want.
You can see me. I talk with my hands. I shake. I blink 10 times in a conversation. He's like, I don't want any of that. He's like, you play a character that's hundreds of years old. You need to move that way.
My dad was like very worried about the cost going up. Her dad called me and said, "What were you thinking?
Yeah.
How did you know? Why would you take this bet?
What can you tell us about Mutham?
It will take us more convincing."
I've been reading a lot of fan theories that have been coming on YouTube and on the internet.
Okay.
And most of them, I think they've cracked a lot of stuff.
I think there is a video about fan theories. I've not watched it yet. I mean, if he's saying they have cracked a lot of it, then I should watch it. I should give it a watch. Because I know there's a video on fan theories.
But
Dominic, Kalyani, Dulkar, welcome to the Hollywood Reporter India.
thank you.
Congratulations on Lokah. I can't tell you how much.
Is she
I
in Kerala?
enjoyed
Because
this
it doesn't look like
film.
Mumbai.
I watched it on day 2 in Mumbai, and the hall was almost full. And at the end of it, people just started clapping. Okay, just spontaneous applause. which
Same
is
in my
so
theatre.
rare and so wonderful.
Old
and
Harbour
it's
Hotel.
exactly why we go to the theatres. So I want to just begin by asking you what the last few weeks have been like. How are you processing blockbuster success? The last figure I heard was 220 crores.
I don't know, something you should ask the producer.
How vulgar.
I love that. Indeed. But how are you all sort of just looking at the way this very ambitious punt that the three of you took and your whole team took actually landed? Come.
It's been crazy the last couple of weeks because we were never expecting something like this. We were almost sure that we did a good film, but the kind of response that has been coming, it's been really crazy. I mean, I don't know. It took a lot of time for us to process. Still we are in the phase of processing.
In fact,
it.
I was telling him today.
we were just talking about it.
Our imposter syndrome or what is it? Because
Because
it's surreal.
It's surreal. It's been so crazy. I mean, the kind of rewatch messages that we get. I mean, okay, once or twice is okay. I've got messages that saying people have watched it for more than 5 times.
Whoa.
So
Amazing.
it's a filmmaker's dream that your film gets rewatched and they pick up small details from that and
True.
text you those or send you screen grabs. But yeah, when it's happening, it's like, oh, dude, this is happening. So it's like kind of crazy for me right now. Yeah.
Is this also a producer's dream?
Absolutely. As in this is our 7th film that we're producing, and I don't think anything's been like this. We've kind of landed safe, but nothing's really been. Maybe corrupt a little bit during that post-COVID time, but nothing like this. This is unprecedented. Forget as a producer. I think even as an actor, none of my films have done like blown up like this, which is so widely accepted across demographics, which is like so now a part of pop culture.
Yeah.
It's everyone's referring to it. And so that I think that is the exciting part. We as production, we were even thinking we might lose something on this film. We were like, okay, maybe the first film we lose okay, what's the most we'll lose? So this is our calculation.
Those were the
Yeah.
ideas like you
Initially,
had.
yeah,
I'm
because
sure
we're like,
as
it's
a
a good film,
producer,
but
they
we didn't
calculate
understand
that. Risks.
the sort of calculations behind it, because for the budget,
Yeah.
and it's not like any of the buyers got really excited about buying the film. So we're like, okay, maybe the first film might take a hit, but hopefully, if the franchise is established, we'll do better
Yeah.
on the coming chapter. But day one, and like you watched in Bombay on day two, day one I was seeing reviews from all over the country, which I mean I think in itself speaks volumes about Malayalam and just Indian cinema in general, that people all over the country will go on release day and give a film a chance and immediately talk about it, review it,
Yeah.
make reels about it. So I found that like it generally made me happy. I was excited about it, but then I didn't quite process the sheer enormity of it. Like I think it just the way it blew up. I think all of us were kind of in disbelief. We were like, oh, wait a minute. Now what do we do about the next chapter?
Yeah, no pressure.
So yeah.
Okay, there's lots of things that I find amazing about what has just happened, right? And tell me if I'm getting this right.
But
This is
one
what
thing
I-
before the next question comes up is that what Dominic said, that there are people who have messaged him that we have watched Lokah like 5 times and sending me screen grabs and the fan theories. But you know what? Lokah as a film also has immense rewatchable value. Like you would love to watch it again and again, and every time you'd find like certain nuances in the film and you'd be like, oh, I didn't catch that in the first watch, so yeah, I'm watching it again. But the movie itself has a great rewatch value, like even if you like know everything about it, but it's such a fun movie to watch.
understood about the origin story of the movie, that you had this idea in your head that we create a superhero out of folklore, which is the Yakshi story, the Neeli story, which is very, very popular in Kerala. But it was a small budget, single, sort of independent standalone film, right? You go to Dulkar and you say, let's expand this, let's make a universe out of this. Correct?
I feel like, I mean, they'd obviously pitched it to other producers and stuff, and I think there was these ideas of maybe we can explore,
we
but
could.
I think it was a tough pitch for them, starting with Neeli, and that's the script that they were going with. So I don't know if many people got that. I think what excited me was, I love the fact that it was a girl superhero. I'm like, hey, that's a good way to pitch a film. we have an interesting way. It's a clutter breaker. Like it's an interesting way to at least, because now superheroes have been done, so at least we can maybe come out saying we're the first girl superhero. But then all of these characters, all of the so-called superheroes in the universe, is so known to all of us, and that was already, I think, in their minds, and they were like, hey, if this works, then we could maybe create a universe out of this. So I think at that point I was like, no, then we should probably set it up with that plan in mind, because unless we commit, the audience won't believe that we will
This is
come out with.
Here is the difference. This I said when the chapter 2 video was announced, where Legends Chill, that video I reacted to, that you can just see that, I mean, you can feel as an audience also that it's not an afterthought. The universe is not an afterthought. It has been thought out before, releasing the first film, and that's great. So, kudos to Dulkar for that.
Subsequent chapters, if we do a kind of not half-baked, but like a budgeted origin story of just Neeli in a smaller, and then you say, oh wait, chapter 2 we'll come up with something. I don't know how much they'll buy that. So I was like, then if we're doing this, we go all out and we'll try and create, at least we'll make them believe that we are going to come out.
Yeah.
So then we started exploring that more, and this is, I think, 22 or something.
22, 23.
Yeah, and then then we're like, wait, we don't fully know what the whole universe can be. So I think then they started sitting on fleshing that out.
But Dulkar, the easiest thing for you as a producer would be to say that, sure, we'll do the Chandra story, but let's begin with my character because it's also commercially more viable. Did that thought even cross your mind?
I actually, my whole goal with Wayfarer Films was to kind of, which is why the company doesn't have my name attached to it. I kind of want it to be a standalone entity. And I wanted to stand for, I'm super greedy about movies. So I want to have a great filmography of my own. and I want the company also to have a great filmography of its own,
Right.
with or without me. So I think for me that is more exciting than me producing my own superhero movie. It's a bit,
Little vain.
yeah, exactly. Right? I'm like, and typically if that is pitched to me, that'll be my reaction. I'm like, and so like even this cameo, like I fought with them for it. I was like, you guys should be able to make it, without me having to do anything.
Are you kidding? We just saw that hair and started screaming, okay?
That is true.
Really,
But
genuinely.
they conned me, they conned me to.
be
Initially,
in
it's
it.
only the eye. So I was like, okay, so I just come in for like half an hour and I go, I'm done. And they're like, no, we actually want to explore a little more.
But I also, both of you said in interviews that at different times you've said to both of you that don't worry about the money, right? We'll make that in subsequent films. Just let's make a good film. I mean, to me, the enlightened producer is such a thing of beauty, right? How did this
Yeah,
free
because
you up?
that never happens in the Hindi film industry, because now you will never hear that, right? It's such a rarity, because even the producers and everybody is talking about like how ridiculous the money demands are, that the actual, like, you don't pay the writers, like that, making a good film has become an afterthought, which is why the audience, they're not able to connect to Hindi cinema anymore, like how we used to. I am a living example. I am not able to connect. Growing up, I watched only Hindi films. That is the maximum amount of content I've consumed when it comes to cinema. And I find now Hindi cinema so unrelatable. So, yeah, it also has to do with the attitude.
As an artist to really go where you wanted to with Lokah?
Like I said, initially this was a very small budgeted. I mean, we thought of it as an independent film. We'll make an independent action superhero film.
I love that.
Yeah, so that was the initial idea. But when me and Nimish, we went to Dulkar and we spoke to him about it, he said that we could make it a bigger film. Let it be a bigger film. Don't bother that it's a female-centric film. Let's just make the film you want to make. See, if you ask me, I want to make a big film.
Yeah.
Definitely, we'll go for a bigger film, which is visually appealing and it's all there. But considering the industry standards and since it's a female-centric film, we thought let's just make it constrained. We'll work within our constraints and we'll do what we can do best. We've still done that. Whatever we've done is still that. But still, he opened up our minds so that we could visualize a little more. What do you say? Ambitiously, yeah. So that's what happened here. And even when he says that don't care about the money, we know that we have to get the money back for the producer. So that pressure is always there.
Yeah,
Even if
yeah.
he says that you want a producer to get back the money. So
Yeah.
that pressure has been there. It's that keeps you going. I think we should have that pressure. That pressure keeps everybody on their toes and work towards what they want to achieve. So yeah, I mean, yeah, that's it.
Kalyani, I read that you are the first female actor in the 4 South industries to have a 200 crore film.
I mean, if your facts are right, then I guess it is. I have not done
Wonderful.
the research, but
I mean, that's so amazing. I want you to tell me a little bit about the conversations you had with Dominic about finding a way into her, right? Because she's such a specific mix of sadness and strength. And you have to have both. She's lonely, she's vulnerable, but she's also phenomenally strong. She's lived for so long. There is such weight on her soul, almost.
Yeah.
How did you find your way in, and what were the questions you asked him?
I mean, this was one of those experiences for me that when an actor does something that's so different from who they are, and when there's some appreciation that comes for that, that's when you feel your best or you feel the happiest. And the process for this was very much like that. I remember I had to unlearn a lot of my own naturalism for the character, and from the very beginning, Dominic was like, this is not the you that we're used to. This is not the you, the Kalyani that...
Because we always see her as this bubbly
everyone's
girl,
seen before.
right?
He was very sure that there needed to be a certain kind of maturity to the role. And at the same time, he said, she's so emotionally numb. She's had so many masks. She's carried different identities through time.
Yeah.
That there's some part of her that she's lost, and she's a very detached person, right? And so I even remember I was so insecure about this character that I even called Dulkar up. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. It feels so unnatural to me. And he's like,
Hey, I know what you're talking
yeah.
about.
He's like,
I know what that feels
and
like.
I remember him telling me, he's like, are you happy with everything? You've lost judgment about yourself, but are you happy with everything around you that's happening? Like, do you feel like Dominic's taking the right call for everything? I'm like, everybody else is bang on. And so he's like, then I'm sure he's bang on about you as well. And I think that was where my initial hesitation was, and then at that point I completely surrendered to him.
At what point did you have this conversation? How many days?
Quite early.
Yeah, very early. About 4 or 5 days into shooting, I came back thinking I can't do this. I remember coming because everything felt so unnatural to me that I was like, oh my god, how are people going to take this? And then that's when I had
You
this
mean
call
her
with him.
stillness?
Yes, it's her. Ma'am, you
So
can
it's-
see me. I talk with my hands. I shake. I blink 10 times in a conversation. He's like, I don't want any of that. He's like, you play a character that's hundreds of years old. He's like, you need to move that way. So
So I think her fear was she felt like she's not doing anything.
yeah,
in a lot of
not
closes.
enough.
yeah.
So
I'm like,
as actors, we're trying to.
Yeah, you like to
be alive,
emote,
use
right?
body and
Here you
hands.
don't have to emote.
I'm like, I can't even lean on something. My dad's always said, use everything around you to make something more natural. And I'm there having to float through time and space.
I remember that time calling Dominic and Nimish and being like, just ease her into it. So, go 3-4 takes.
No, but
2 for you guys, 2 for her. Let her feel like she's done her way of doing it.
yeah,
And
no,
you
but
take yours
it
and
was
we
the most
find-
rewarding part of the process. Like, honest to God, thank you.
Are you very strict about your vision, and or are you fairly
See, for
collaborative?
Chandra specifically, I've been traveling with Chandra for a long time now. So I knew how she would eat, she would walk, she would sit, she would sleep. So I had this very specific thing in my mind. I wanted her to do exactly that. I have given freedom to every other actor, I believe, on set, not
Except
to
you.
except her, because I had a very lot of specific set of things that even when she walks, the tempo of her walk, I had given her music
Yeah,
references
yeah,
to actually listen to. That is a pace. That's what I gave her. So with Chandra, I was really specific. Not with the others because the boys were. I mean, they were free to do anything.
Yeah,
they
he was
want.
like, just have fun, guys. You.
You know what I loved about the movie was how it blends so many things, right? You're of course making a superhero comic book movie, the colors are popping, but you're rooting it in very sort of realistic, if not textures, then at least things, right? So she's a superhero, but she needs to work. She needs to mop the floor. The kind of thing that any single woman living alone in a city would have to do. But what I loved most of all was you have all of this action, and of course it's vampires, there's blood gushing everywhere, but it's so funny. Right? It was so funny.
Yeah, it's a funny movie. The comedy
Sunny,
lands
the Nasim
very well.
character and his roommates and the cat that the ex-girlfriend gives back, and that one man
That set the
who's
tone
just
very quickly.
yeah, and that one guy who's just lying behind. He's just in the scene, zoned out. How did you find that sort of balance of, okay, we need to make it an entertainer, but also what works is the fact that she's melancholic, that she's sad, and you have Shanti Balachandran, who's been credited for dramaturgy. So what were those conversations of what's the secret sauce?
Yeah.
I don't know, but what we were thinking was, see, we're going to tell Chandra's story, but it should be through these boys. We are going to enter this world through them.
Because they're us.
They're us.
Yeah.
So let's make them as fun as possible, so that when it's humor, you always enjoy it and you get into the film as quickly as possible. So that was the only idea that I had, and I've been the biggest fan of her dad. So humor is what I enjoy the most when I'm writing.
Okay.
As well. I think I'm good with lines, so I come up with these small things that can actually tickle a little bit. So I think it was just the portal to the world was through these boys. So that is the only thing that we have actually been careful about. And with Shanti on board, it was we are going to give a film with the protagonist as a woman. So
Yeah.
see
You
how
need that
hard
lens.
I try. I won't be able to bring that to the table. So
you need the female
we needed
gaze.
somebody like Shanti on board to actually have that. See, if you call it a feminist angle, or that line should be proper. I wanted that to be perfect. So that's when Shanti came on board, and she's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
That's what she does. Yeah, small things like if there is a scene where Sunny wakes up in her apartment and she's going to leave. He wants to leave. She asks him like, why were you following me? He's like, I saw them kidnap you, so I actually wanted to save you. So this save you is, and she responds like me. So I just wrote it. I didn't have any thought behind that. It was just written for the humor.
Yeah.
But Shanti brought in that there is this element of a woman doesn't need saving in those lines. That needs to be proper. So I had to rewrite those lines in a way that comes out. So yeah, like that, small details. He's also worked with costume department, art department, with small what do you say? Detailing. A lot of detailing was from our side.
And that's not to say that, that's not to say that she was great only for the feminist angle.
Yeah.
She's literally, like he said, he's worked with everything. Small detailing that even the men would have left out, she was very specific about. She's like, this Chinese symbol has one small comma that's wrong. And we're like, oh, okay. And she's refusing to let us take the shot until that's fixed.
Correct.
That's amazing.
So,
Attention to detail.
And was she also the one who decided on that killer white dress?
No, the white dress was part of the screenplay. Because I wanted something to actually represent the
Neeli.
Neeli.
Yeah,
Neeli
she's
or
always-
Yakshi. She's always in white.
with white dresses.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a white sari usually.
Yeah, it's a white sari that
Oh,
she
Yakshi
changed.
comes
so
in
it goes
white.
back to that.
Yeah.
Okay, which of course
Amazing.
people like us would not
Yeah.
know. But
That's an
why-
amazing
Thank you,
detail.
Marsh.
so and it's launched a million memes now.
Yeah.
One entrance in that
Yeah.
doorway in that
Also,
white.
I feel like all that hair color, like everybody's like going red.
Yeah.
I'm seeing
And the
so
septum ring, I did not expect that because I thought that would make her even more unrelatable. And so I was initially like, guys, are we sure we want the septum ring? They were like, very sure we want it. And now everyone's like, wow, that septum ring just really worked. So
Yeah, she just looks so badass.
Yeah, she does.
You know, we all
I
wanna be
really
like
like the
her.
ring detail. Like her
Tell me also about the
Outfits were
decision
amazing.
to make the villain this man who's just fueled by toxic masculinity. How did you arrive at? And my God, Nachiappa is just awful, right? And I love that little moment where he almost can't bring himself to salute his superior because
Yeah.
the boss is a woman. How did you say that? Okay, this is what we're going to talk about.
I wanted the antagonist to be a policeman who has control. I mean, generally when you are out in the public at night, you see a cop, you just I don't know, for some reason we get scared.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to pick up. If he's a cop, you're scared of cops at night. I don't know why, but that happens. So let's make Nachiappa a police officer who has a certain amount of power with him, but he's still under a lot of other people who has control over him. So this guy needs power. He's
Hungry for
what do you
power.
say? He's itching to get that power and take over the world kind of guy. So that was the only thought I had initially while writing Nachiappa, and the additions that came on were from Shanti. Small details that the salute thing and stuff like that came from Shanti. So yeah, I just write. I don't
That
know,
does
I
add to
don't
his
think I have no
evilness
formula for
a lot.
writing. I've not learned screenwriting. I don't follow Sigfield. I just take my pen and just keep on writing. And then
Your handwriting.
no,
Your
first draft I do with my I handwrite, then I go to the laptop.
Really?
Yeah.
You handwrite the first draft.
Yeah, first draft.
How long is usually the first draft?
It takes around 2 months.
And just in terms of pages?
pages.
The pages, I think it comes to around 150, 100 pages.
And you're handwriting all of this?
Yeah.
Well,
the
it
first
just
draft.
feels-
Yeah, it feels.
I think a lot of writers do that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's quite common.
I've forgotten how to write. Just
I write like a doctor. Autographs, people are like, so photo.
Dulkar, tell me, as a producer, how hands-on are you? Like, are you somebody who would be on the sets? Would you give creative inputs? Or do you feel like you've empowered, you've enabled, and you step aside?
I think it varies film to film.
On this one?
On this one, I was very hands off. As in, I would even now. I think even going forward, that's how I'd like to be. Like, I would like to be the objective sort of angle to this writing team or the direction team, because they're going to be sitting on it, they're going to be attached to it, they're going to be living with it for like months or whatever. I would like to come in only at when they have something which they feel is more or less there or more or less bound. But at least I will have some objectivity, but I'm not so attached to it, or I don't know this journey of writing at these things.
That's
I think that's helped throughout this film. I've come to set twice, I think. Once or
No
twice,
way.
When
twice.
was the second time?
When he came for the camera.
Yes. Of the two times, one.
He was in the film, Kalyan.
Yeah. So the second time
That
was for
wasn't
that.
him visiting set.
Yeah,
in my
exactly. I
opinion.
wasn't visiting. And even edit, I only watched it like twice. And I've had so many of my productions where I would be micromanaging everything. I would be sitting on every, especially edit and like writing. I'm there a lot. But for some reason for me, I was like, I just felt like these guys know what they're doing. Also like Nimish and Bangla and all of them, whenever they come together, I feel like I'm very sure of the world building that they do. Nimish and Bangla together, any of my films, most of my period stuff has been them, and I fully submit to their vision of world building. And from when Dom narrated the story to me, I didn't find any major issues in terms of structure or anything like that. And it's charming, it's sweet. I don't know if I'm the best judge of humor. I always find humor a little difficult to judge because you don't know
Okay.
what the audience is used to hearing, what's now popular, because it's
Yeah,
so
it
quick.
changes.
Yeah,
It's
it
changing
changes.
and so that stuff I'll always leave it to them. But again, hats off to our actors. I think if Nasrin and Chandu and Arun deliver any line, even if you've heard it 10 times, I think they just bring their own charm, own angle to it, where it's just genuinely like adorable.
Yeah, that's true. That
So
they
when I
have the
kind of saw
charm.
the first edit, I was pretty happy in the sense I was like, guys, I have nothing where I feel like, oh, this should go, that should, something needs to breathe, or this is to nothing. Like I was just like, if you want, you can just scene trim and maybe make a little tighter. But I personally don't think there's anything that I would change, and I don't think we shaved much from that.
No, I think
From
Yeah.
the one I saw to the
Yeah,
final,
yeah.
I don't think there was much of a change. But what excited me was, I mean, I was busy with my own films, so I didn't see the final animation and all that till in the cinema.
Oh,
Yeah, so like even like censor cuts, it's my team that's watching it. My sister's now kind of closely working.
Okay.
With us. So she watched it. She's like, oh my god, you should watch the animation. I was like, oh, I don't have time. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to watch it in cinemas. So, and then I was like, oh, okay. Now this
the animation is just
which is great because at some point,
absolutely
I also get
phenomenal.
get to watch our film as a viewer. Like, I mean, I know a lot about it. I'm invested, but somewhere I was like, there is that last 10% that maybe I just disconnect from, but I want to watch it like a viewer, and I had that amazing theatrical experience.
Yeah, but Dulkar, this film is also one of the other things you're blending is that sense of melancholy, right? Which the protagonist has inside of her, her vulnerability, her loneliness, that sort of idea of the burden of immortality, and how heavily it weighs. I mean, none of us want to die, but this film is asking us to consider what it's like to not die, right? And yet it must work as an entertaining blockbuster. So did you guys have any conversations about, okay, how sad can we make it? How heavy can we go?
I kind of like the fact that every time we would get a little heavy, they'd diffuse it,
Yeah.
and I've always liked that as a device in film.
Is that a Malayali thing?
I don't know. I mean, but there's movies that we've seen, even internationally. But like, whenever they did that, I always thought that's a smart thing to do because it's not like you're taking away from the moment, but you are helping the viewer kind of
Go through
transition
it.
to the next scene, or they've absorbed the moment. But hey, life goes
But
on.
I feel that this transition, it needs to be done well, then only it works. Because I've also seen a lot of movies now, the specific movies not coming in my head, but it's like, oh, you are into this scene which is kind of sad and you're emotional, and then suddenly it just becomes like a humorous one liner or something like that. It doesn't work all the time. Like, it needs to be written very smartly, and you need to be like that level of writer to do it. So it works for films where you have written the scene and the transition really smartly. Otherwise, it doesn't work.
Let's have a laugh. And that's there throughout the film till the very end.
Thank you.
Here it
Karina.
works.
And
So it's
love
written
that
really
about it. So I
well.
was
The
like,
writing
It's not a
matters.
film that is taking itself too seriously. And even though she lives on forever, she still has there's this lightness in her being, in her life, the way she chooses to lead her life. So I think all of that gave me. I was like, okay, there's something that they know about entertainment. Let's say, like we can't be so consumed where the film doesn't become entertaining.
Correct.
It can't be just a story we're telling, and it's a hard watch, it's a heavy watch.
Yeah. Shanti said that this was one of the most collaborative sets she's ever been on.
I second that. Yeah.
So tell me how that happens. Is it organic, Dom, as the leader of the pack? Is it something you intentionally wanted to create because it was such an ambitious,
Yeah,
endeavor?
I always believe that cinema is a very collaborative effort. It's not a one-man job. Anyway.
Yeah.
So there is only so and so things I know about how to make a film. Then comes the expertise of Nimish. Then comes Bangla and the art director Jitu. Makeup Ronix. The costumes by Archana and Melvi. So you just need to get the best out of them. That's the only way I know how to make a good film.
Yeah.
So when you have the best technicians in the state working with you, and they all believed this to be their own film. They
Yeah.
poured in their heart to the film. So I'm a nice person, so I don't know if they all like me
I
or
love
something.
that. He's just he's saying it himself. No,
So
yeah.
I just try to keep the set
Happy.
Yeah. I don't shout at people. I'm not angry. I'm never angry.
No, he's
Never been angry.
Never.
I'm always happy. Yeah. I just try to keep everybody calm and cool.
You're
Yeah.
happy under stress even.
Yeah, I don't show that. Do I show? No, I don't show that.
He's
I
always
am stressful.
cracking
I'm
jokes.
always stressed, but yeah, I don't show that. So I think it's that happy
That's a good
space
leader.
that everybody was so happy to be in. They put in their 100%, maybe more than 100%.
I just have one thing to say. So the last bit was the mix, right? So, and this has happened every step of the process, but just to tell you how every department's worked on this, Raja Krishnan, he did the mix for our film, and Rajatan saw that last, he watched everything, and immediately he called me up and he calls me Ammo, but he's like, I don't know what you guys have done. It's out of this world, but I promise you, mine is the last thing that is going into this, and I will give everything that I have for to bring justice to what you guys have done. And this happened to every department head at every part of the process. And I think that's honestly to do with Dom's vision. But the fact that every person felt that and did
That's
that is
amazing.
why the film has become what it's
Yeah.
become, in my
You
opinion.
have to, like, the person has to think that, oh, this is my film. I'm going to put whatever effort I can, my best, to make this come alive in the best possible way. So I think that ownership, you can only get that ownership if you have a good working environment. And this just doesn't go for films. I feel in every project, in everything where you're working with a team, in corporate as well, that if you are giving a sense of ownership to the person for any project, they will do it. They will do it. You have to give that sense of ownership and that responsibility and appreciation to that person. That's what I feel.
Josar likes me a lot.
He doesn't have to, okay?
But there was literally no egos on this film.
Yeah.
And I
Very
faced
important.
that as a producer many times, I faced that as an actor many times, where people's egos get in the way of the film, right? I've worked with people who, to be right or to have it their way, might do the opposite of a gentle suggestion.
Yeah.
Where anyone on the film might see something differently and suggest something. And if you are going to do the opposite just to be right, then it's no longer about the film.
Yeah.
And there's been so many instances of that. Maybe that's another reason why I was so hands off on this film, because the energies were so good, were so positive. Everyone were just happy to be doing what they were doing and excited and wanting to tell this story to the best of their ability. So
Yeah.
even to my team, I was like, guys, just give them what they want. I don't think you should worry about. I don't see them faffing or wasting our time, energy, money in any which way. I feel like they're just really passionate, young team and they want to make something. So like,
Yeah.
we can't
That's great.
be a part of this and push that and make it happen. And I don't know which other film will do this on, but this is the one.
So, Dulkar, you've said that you're going to share the profits.
Sure, I was always a part of. As this is something that I always wanted to do, where when films do extremely well, that people should be rewarded. And also, I like my key HODs not being stakeholders in the film. So, like Dom, Nim are all like stakeholders in the film. So
That's
I just feel like
amazing.
then
It's
it becomes
actually
their
so
own film.
good.
You know, there again, I can step back a little bit on micromanaging because they also do care about the cost of the film.
Everyone's invested.
Everyone's invested.
Yeah.
And I believe this works well. But I mean, obviously, in the press meet, when they said, will you be sharing? And I said, yes, so I will be sharing. But doesn't mean. I also, for the company, it'll be great when we have a bit of a war chest, not have interest burden, and then we can invest into our own film.
Yeah.
That is obviously the goal. So yeah, I mean, I would be really silly if I gave away all this. And again, I'm going and taking.
You've got 4 more films to make.
Exactly.
Yeah, I thought that's what you meant. You'll put it back into the rest of the films.
Yeah.
That's
But
Yeah.
but I do.
She's
I do
giving you a
believe
dirty
in,
look. She's like, what do you mean?
But I do believe in them being invested in the film. I think
That's great.
a great model.
Yeah.
I do agree with
Okay,
his
let's talk
thought,
about the next 4.
Why don't you talk about it?
So, Tom, in my head, when you're building a universe, and this is my like fantasy of how a filmmaker builds a universe. Like there's some big chart or blackboard, and you're just sort of charting out plots and moving characters. Is that how it happens?
No, we have an
A
idea of the
Bible
whole
for the
picture.
whole-
Yeah, we have a
You
Bible.
have a Bible.
Yeah.
For the next 4 as well.
It's not the next 4. It's actually how everything started. It's the origin that we have. How, if you've seen Neely's origin story, we have every origin story and what has happened over the past 10,000 years or something that we have laid out.
Wow.
And we need to connect it to the present thing. We know how this is going to end. What are the main plots that will happen in.
Listen, that is good enough. That is good enough because filmmakers don't even do that. That basic storyboarding is also not done while making universes. So the fact that all this is done already is a big thing.
In the upcoming films, but we are yet to work on the screenplays for all the 4. We just have a vague idea of everything that's going to happen. We are specific that this and this is going to happen, but how it's going to happen, we need
That
sketch
they
that
have
out.
to nail.
So you've got like the major beats, would you say,
exactly.
of this? But when you have a blockbuster, it is a double-edged sword, right?
Yeah.
Because now is where it gets really tricky because we want more of the same, but we also want it different. Do you think you'll change any of your decisions? How does this impact on your creativity?
No, I find this a very exciting.
Somebody's at the door. I will have to get that. Sorry guys, I had to attend to somebody. So yeah, we have few more minutes left. So like around 15 minutes of this interview left. So let's get back to it.
Time because I've been reading a lot of fan theories that have been coming on YouTube and on the internet, and most of them I think they've cracked a lot of stuff.
Don't say that.
but it's not all right. It's not all correct. But yeah, few
But
things.
I mean, what they are cracking is kind of what you put out there.
Yeah, exactly. So I think they're.
So they're extrapolating
Correct.
from
Yeah.
there,
So even
right?
whatever
Yeah.
subtle
we wanted them to crack
imagery
it.
or anything that's been put out there, they're able to read into it.
Yeah.
So
Correct.
I think.
So
I heard you mention this in an interview also, where you were
Yeah.
like, I was so excited for the fact that hey, they're catching on to these things, like the stuff that we have planted there in the backdrop. Or
That's
in the
nice.
animation. They are making some sense of it and they're
Yeah.
putting it together, which is also exciting.
Yeah.
Because I think they are ready for even bigger stuff or maybe a little more to delve deeper into the world. So I think that's an exciting time for me to start writing the next chapter.
Yeah.
It's for now. I'm just in that space right now. I'm not thinking too much about.
Yeah, but I think even
Yeah,
if
I think they should
then
enjoy
they're
the
able to piece it
success
together.
right now.
It is kind of like knowing one of our epics, but they still don't know how we're going to interpret it or how we might position it or bring it into today's world, where the characters are going to be set. And there's obviously a lot of discovery there for us also. So I don't think that knowing better than all is something that we need to hide. I think we only put it out there.
And what can you tell us about Muthon?
What can we tell about Muthu? No, it's exciting, isn't it? It will take us more convincing. I think. He's always been like, prove it to me. Like, okay, chapter 1 looks okay. Yeah, sure. It's like,
but he definitely feels
it's better
proud.
get better and bigger, and by the time then maybe I'll say yes.
You think?
He's the hardest person to convince.
Really?
He's been proud so far.
He is, yeah.
He's been really proud so far. At least.
So is your dad. I mean, what a wonderful thing.
Absolutely, yeah. But I mean, I always like the idea of us having to earn it.
But that's nice.
It shouldn't be something that because we have access to him that.
You can't just walk in
you
there
can't be
on
like-
breakfast and say, Dad, I've got a script.
Yeah, it will really help.
Just say, please.
No, but he's really proud of the film, proud of all of us. And even he was. I don't think he expected this. Her dad did not expect that at all.
Really?
He was like, what
I
are
think they
you
all thought we
doing?
were a little, I don't know, mad. My dad was like very worried about the cost going up. Even her dad called me and said, "What were you thinking? How did you know? Why would you take this bet? Like, why would you didn't make a small film? You made a big film." I said, "I don't know, sir. I don't know. I just believe in the idea." And he's like, "I don't know. When I really thought, like, I was so worried. And he went on and on. I said, no. They're very concerned about what we're up to,
But the crazy risks you guys are taking, huh?
but they're very proud now.
Yeah, very proud now.
I think now we have a little leeway to make the kind of movies. I want to make.
Now you've earned it.
They're like, yeah, maybe you guys know what you're doing.
So, Dominic, for you, the next few years are the next 4?
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
4.
You're like fully committed.
I don't know. The country seems to be like after him, so hopefully he doesn't get distracted.
No, I'm just focused on Lokah for now.
Yes,
Nothing
please.
else right now.
So you're putting it out there. There is nothing else that's going to happen.
Yeah. For now, yeah.
Kalyani, do you get to choose differently?
In what way, ma'am?
I mean, what you've just pulled off is incredible, right? And I know that there's not a lot of female actors in Hindi cinema as well who have this sort of success, So what changes for you?
I mean, if anything, I think the one lesson that I've learned is that sometimes we make too many assumptions about the audience, and they will surprise you in many ways that you don't imagine. So that's good for me to understand that I can try new things. Some of them will fail, some of them will work, but at least I don't have to go in with the assumption that something's not going to work, or I can't go in with the assumption that this is going to work. The one thing that my dad has always said, and in fact, the first message he sent to me after the night that he found out what's happening with this film was, don't let success get to your head and don't let failure get to your heart. And he's always said this to me, but he was like, I need to send this to you as a message. And he keeps reminding me of this every day. So just need to make sure that I continue to grow as an actor somehow or the other. I hope I get the liberty to fail sometimes as well, because I think that's how we grow as actors. So I hope that my career is going to be that I get to tell different kinds of stories, fail sometimes, explore my range as an actor sometimes, but yeah.
Keep taking risks.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully. Yeah.
That's wonderful, because sometimes success can do the opposite, right? It can make you insecure.
Yeah.
It can make you afraid.
It can
because
make
you
you-
want the high all the time.
Yeah. Also, it makes you really scared to take the next step sometimes. But I think that you just need to stop thinking about that and do it. And again, I hope I get the liberty to fail sometimes, because that's the only way I learn. Yeah.
Her dad is like, he's so adorable, right? So he's like, I don't know, she's doing all these action movies. And I think his concern is she's going to hurt herself.
That's my mom's concern. My dad's concern is, are you even capable of doing this? Like, he laughed. He was like, why are you doing things that you're not capable of doing?
So
Why?
she already did this like boxing thing in this movie, Anthony.
Yeah.
and now she's doing this. I don't know. This is again pre-release.
Yeah.
Even at our launch event. I
Yeah.
think at the pre-release event, he's saying, he's like, I don't know what she's doing. And then this, she's doing some fights and she's super.
I love that part of your job as producer is just to handle dad's calls. That's just fab. Dulkar, I have to ask you about Kantha because that's another film that looks so fascinating. I'm hounding Rana about it, but now that I have you in front of me, do we have a release date?
It was initially supposed to be now, mid-September. We didn't think Lokah is going to do what it did. So now I think we should wait, give this that time to breathe and not get in the way of
Rush it, yeah.
But also, like, it's a film that's been so long in gestation. Like, I heard it first in 2019.
Oh,
So
wow.
I've been living with this film for 6 years. And we as a team have been brainstorming it for so long and going back and forth. Because I think it's something very ambitious, something we never fully understood how to. It just did not feel like a typical film. Even the way we shot it. So now in edit, I feel like even you give us 2 extra days, we're finding something more. There's so much discovery on the film. So I'm just like, I don't know if I want to rush it. I'm like, maybe it's a film that needs this time in everything. So I think we're mostly there on edit. I think we're now cracking some music, but I'm excited about it.
It does look.
I mean,
Very
it'll be a clutter break.
Yeah.
Like how Lokah was.
Yeah. Okay, I have 2 more questions. One is what you got Tovino to do in this film, right? And he's part of his own superhero world, right? And again, that speaks to me about the Malayalam film industry, that he would do this, he would come in. Soban is there for 1 frame?
yeah.
And, when he came on screen, everyone just went crazy.
All over the country.
Yeah, same.
Just crazy, screaming.
When Sobin came on screen. True.
How do you
Same in my theatre.
these relationships that people are actually genuinely there for the art, and it's not about, but I'm also part of that film, and does this impact on Minal Murli in any way? Can I be Chatam? How do you do that?
Tovino has been a really close friend for a long time.
I feel like he was a part of this before even I came.
Yeah.
I feel like if there was
Just a bouncing board.
Yeah. I mean, they've actually Tovino's worked with both. Dom's first film was Tovino.
Yeah.
Nimish's first film was Tovino. And we go back as far back as my 3rd film, Tivram, or ABCD, he's acted in. So I feel like he's always been there, in all these discussions. And what I love about Tovi is that he just, I don't know, again, like I keep using this same word as greed. Like I don't want to take this away from him. But he genuinely wants to be a part of great films and wants to, support as many films as possible. He was, I think, I mean, you had your doubts. I am producing, so I'm a little edgy. He was the most excited about the film, the role, everything. Like, he had no doubt.
And you can
ever.
see it
He's
also in
coming
the
up with
character. The
ideas,
character is also like
This
that.
is what I'm going to do for my look. Da-da-da. He's like, I'm traveling. I'm going to take this jacket with me. Maybe I can shoot something. I'm like, only he can do this. He's all heart and he's all.
That's so sweet.
That energy that you see on screen is palpable. Whenever you hang out with him, and it's that love that he wants to be. And same with like a Saubi, like as soon as we mentioned it to him, he said, "When do I come? When do you want to shoot?" We're like, "Wait, hear it out." He doesn't care. He's like, I don't know. I think they just also maybe we all have history together, and we all want to do. The common thing is trying to make great movies, right? And nobody knows what's going to work. So I think we all like, hey, what if this works? And we should be a part of it. I think we all have FOMO.
But how lovely is that?
Yeah.
That is bigger than every individual ego, right? Which to me is what makes your cinema so great, genuinely. I exited the theatre and I posted on X, is there anything that Malayalam cinema cannot do?
A question I ask every time.
No, that's the thing. I think that's a challenge. Right? What else can we do? What do we do next?
Yeah.
Even when we're hearing scripts, it's how do we find something that is unique or that has not been done before or that just stands out from
And
everything
also,
else?
I always say this, the interview is almost over. One of the biggest credit goes to the audience, because the producers will not take the risk, or the filmmakers will not take the risk of making such a variety of films if the audience is not accepting. Well, I feel, and I have, when I got into Malayalam cinema and have interacted with you guys so much through the comments, and you guys DM me and you guys sent me emails, what I've understood is the sheer acceptance of wide range of topics, which I absolutely love. Like, the audience is always willing to bet on a good story. The budget is the last thing on your mind. As an audience, budget is the last thing on your mind. You guys are like, give me a good story, and I'm gonna, as an audience, invest my time, my money on this story, and support this industry. And I think that's great, because I always feel that this industry's connection with the audience is just such a two-way street. It's always such a two-way street. So, like, a big round of applause for you guys as well.
Thank you. And I feel like any time that we've attempted stuff like that, there's always been a reception. There's always been that acceptance of, hey, at least these guys tried something new, or they tried something different. They really genuinely tried to make a good film. And that's also my belief. So I don't know how to calculate business. This is my cost. This is going to be what maybe we'll land at.
You don't do that on a piece of paper. This is what's coming back.
My CEO does, Jom does, but I'm always like, if we try something great and fail, I'm okay with that. But if we are just doing projects to keep ourselves busy and turnovers happening, I have no idea where those films land. Like, they will end up, because they can go both ways. So I think the encouragement mainly over here, especially in Malayalam, that comes with is the fact that they will always accept you trying something sincerely, genuinely, which has not been done before.
Yeah.
I think that there's the courage that we get from this audience.
Yeah, this exactly what I said. Exactly what I said.
Audience is truly next level.
And they are they're a tough audience also. You have to. I think there's so much that we learn now where I'm like, hey, we cannot spoon feed this audience.
Yeah.
You have to keep them guessing.
That's amazing.
Because they're smarter
Really
than you,
kudos to the Kerala audience.
Unless you think they are smarter than you. Because a lot of the times, people approach movies being like, this is what the audience wants now. This is what is working. No. We don't know what is working. We don't know what they want. And in doing that, sometimes we think we are smarter than them. And that is when I feel like our films get affected. We are either dumbing it down.
Please, Malayalam film industry, never change this attitude. Like, seriously, an audience as well, like, don't change. I know you won't, but I'm just saying, putting it out there. Like, as a genuine fan of Malayalam cinema.
Or we are not putting as much effort. We're not.
You're getting lazy.
You're getting lazy, and then this is just, I feel like my sort of Bible that I go with is the fact that they are smarter, they know better, they can catch every little thing, they can guess anything. I love now, like even on Akanta, I love not filling in all the blanks. I'm like, I just feel like they'll figure it out. You don't have to explain everything. Like,
Yeah.
Halfway open something. Let's see. I don't know. That stuff is now exciting.
It is exciting. Thank you, Dominic. Looking at you, because like, no pressure, but write it quickly. Really need to see chapter 2. But really, thank you to all of you, and more power to all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Amazing. All right. That was the interview. Let me stop this. I think it was fantastic. Great conversation. Glad I reacted to it because it's been a while since, I've reacted to interviews and stuff. And got great insights as well. And it's great to see, from all the point of views, like from the director's point of view, from the actor's point of view, from the producer's point of view, which is why I chose this one. I was like, because they will have different perspectives. So let me just react to this one. And this was a great conversation, I think. So yeah, Lokah just doing absolutely amazing in the box office. It's an all-time blockbuster, and I'm just so happy for the makers that they believed in something and they put their heart and soul into it, and the output was just so beautiful, and we have just we have enjoyed, and I'm glad that we as audience made this film a blockbuster. So completely deserved. And yeah, that was my reaction to the THR interview with the Lokah team. And let me know your thoughts in the comments. Would love to read them. And that was my reaction. I'm going to sign off now. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I will see you soon on my next video. Bye.